What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. Back with another Michael Jordan reaction video. This one was recommended by nobody. Yeah, check this one out all on my own. Can't wait to get into it. NBA legends explain why Michael Jordan was better than everybody. Let's see what they got to say. Let's check it out. Let's get it popping.
Now the first clip that I want to show you guys is actually pretty amazing. It is Larry Bird, and he explains how he felt about Michael Jordan back in the days. And it's a current clip, so let's check it out.
Michael can beat you in a lot of different ways. He can beat you mentally, beat you physically. He can guard you, and he can score. I know in my time, he was better than all of us.
He's always been a clutch performer, and one of the guys can take over late in the game, and that's what really made Michael Jordan so special. When the game was on the line, no one was better.
The thing that Michael Jordan doesn't get the most credit for probably would be the fact that he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player that ever lived. You know, if you look at all the highlights, you know, you see the dunks, and you see the jump from the free throw line. But when he's on defense, the correct hands in the passing lane. When he's boxing out, he turns the correct way. When he's in defensive position, he's weak side, he's on the right side of the ball. Like, he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player who was the greatest athlete. Most guys who are super athletic don't do that. To me, that's the one thing he does not get credit for.
And the next clip that we're going to take a look at involved Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. And as we know, Isaiah Thomas always had this, pretty difficult relationship with Michael Jordan. But in the following clip, he has at least some nice words to say about MJ. Let's have a look.
I vowed to myself, no matter how spectacular he was, I was never going to show any emotion.
Yeah.
Zero. I'm not dapping you up with my, no, none of that. So I'm going to stay right here. But in my mind, I was saying, damn, did you see that? In my mind, I was saying that, but my face was like, nah.
When we mentioned Jordan, did you notice his body language?
He stood on alert. He stood on alert, like he's sitting in the film room.
That's it.
You know, it's the one game that, ironically, this may sound a little bit odd, but it's probably more than any other game. That's the game I look forward to the most. Because you knew that night
You're going to have to work.
you had to be at your absolute best.
Yeah.
And so if there's something, anything, a matchup or whatever, that's going to bring out the best in you, if you're a true competitor, that's what you really want. And so for me, it was the one game I look forward to more than any other game to play against him, because he was everything that you just described with LeBron. I was listening to you.
Yeah.
That's about the way it is. Yeah, like any slip up, any lull, any mistake that's made, you're gonna exploit it. He's gonna take advantage of it. So you had to be so keenly locked in, game plan, here's what we're doing, here's where I need to be, and you would be furious if somebody didn't rotate they were supposed to, because you knew, you know, look, I'm trusting that you're gonna be there. And so, because if you're not there, dude's about to do some, he's about to do something, real freaky here.
And the next clip that we're going to take a look at involved many NBA legends. And if you take a look at the quality of legends, you will really see that MJ was in a league of his own.
In his second year, which he missed most of the year with a foot injury, his own team didn't want him to play in the playoffs.
True.
And they were going to be playing against the Boston Celtics in the very first round. And we've got one of the great teams ever. In the first game, Michael Jordan, who we'd read about, heard about, and a nice career down in North Carolina, Olympic gold medal. And we play Michael, and he just puts himself in and says, I'm going to play. Game starts, Celtics were just rolling, playing great. Celtic crowd, Boston Garden, just over the top, fantastic. At the end of the game, which the Celtics win handily, Michael has 49 points. And we kind of shrugged, and because other guys have scored many points in games where they lose. And so we're kind of in the locker room after the game and muttering amongst ourselves, well, he'll never do that again.
Jordan with 8 on the clock. Jordan ties the game.
Oh, boy.
63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record.
Oh, boy.
So in the locker room after this game, when he gets to 63 in our face, we look at each other and we say, you know, this guy's pretty good.
Up to Jordan, Michael down the lane, jammed it. Michael Jordan to the hole for the jam.
You know, he was in retirement playing baseball. He asked Ryan Higgins, can he come to practice and just practice? You know, he wanted to play some basketball. He itching to play some basketball. He asked Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman said, yeah. So he came to practice. He was still in shape and all this and all that. But, you know, we thought he was rusty. You know, he wasn't going to. But he asked, you know, how good is this Sprewell kid? He's like, we was like, you know, he's good. But, you know, I mean, he's not on your level. I mean, but, you know, he's good. You know, he's an all-star. So it seemed like when we said he is an all-star, it seemed like kind of took him like, okay, let me see if he really is an all-star. And, oh my God. It was ugly. It was ugly. He took over practice. It was him, Ronnie Cycli, and some other guys. You know, Ronnie was on our team, but he played with our guys. You could tell he was still the best in the world.
Michael Jordan at his best. There's very few people on this planet that can do this. Try to shake off Starks.
I take pride in never being dunked on. In 19 years, I could probably say I probably haven't been dunked on like 3 or 4 times. But his arrogance, Michael Jordan, came baseline one time and tried to dunk on me. And it hurt my heart, but I had to flagrant foul on the landline. And when I went to shake his hand and pick him up, he said, don't ever help nobody up. And he bounced right back up. And I knew then why he was the best player in the game. It resonated with me later because Pat Riley once told me, you show other players respect by showing them none. So Michael Jordan was like, hey, we're on different teams. Yes, we're friends, we're fraternity brothers, we're on different teams, but when we're on this court, I don't know you, Shaq.
To compete, to win, that's all I live for, really. When you lose, you know, you're easily forgotten, and I don't think anyone want to go to that grave forgotten.
If you really wanted to get a look into Michael's soul, you would actually watch a practice, not a game. When you watch somebody that talented, that focused in practice, that hard work,
pass is so
that
nasty.
dominant in practice. I mean, he made every single drill feel like Game 7 of the finals. That's how competitive he was, and he just set a tone for himself and for the whole team with the way he approached practice, and that was pretty unique.
Wham! In your face.
Michael tonight is showing the entire repertoire.
I just remember being a kid and getting the chance to watch somebody that he just did everything well. You know what I mean? Like, he played basketball at the excitement level. He won. He seemed to be like a tough competitor and vicious. Off the court, his commercials, like he just did everything. He had the coolest shoes, and like he dressed well, and like he had the perfect smile, and it was just kind of like he was a superhero.
That is vintage.
He was.
Jordan superstar.
Mike really was. Mike was on the like D Wade said, like a superhero, but Mike was like, dude, it was just like it was a different aura with MJ, bro. It's just he was such a huge phenomenon that his legacy will live on for thousands of years, however long the earth is going. Hell, just off his shoes alone, you will forever remember Michael Jordan, just off his shoe brand, bro. Mike, he was like, I can't even explain it, but some good testimony there from players. I love like Dumars got like PTSD. And then Larry said, listen, man, he was better than all of us. He's basically saying us, we used to kick his ass when he was coming up as a young buck, but he was better than all of us. I remember Bird said it was Jordan's rookie year when Bird first got a whiff of him. He was like, that's the greatest player I ever seen. Mike was special. Mike was a beast, bruh. Mike was a beast. This is like Kenny the Jet Smith said, man. Just from the offensive side all the way to the defensive. His defense, you can argue, was almost as elite as his offense was, man. And to play that level of defense every game and still have the energy to be like God level on offense, people realize how much energy that takes, how much you exert yourself. That's why a lot of these scorers today, it's hard for me because I know they're not putting forth that same kind of effort on the defensive end like an MJ did, like a Kobe did, while still getting their buckets. That's significantly harder. You know what I mean? The willpower, his mentality, his work ethic, and then he would just impact the game. He could impact the game in so many different ways, especially as he got older and linked up with Phil, and then he really mastered the mental part of the game on another level. People called Phil Jackson's practices weird but effective. Call it what you want. Meditating, lighting incense, reading books, all that kind of stuff people thought was strange, but every player that has success under Phil Jackson swears by it. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Let me know what you think about it. You an MJ fan, you love MJ, you hate MJ. Where do you got him all the time? What's your general opinion? How does Michael Jordan make you feel? Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Appreciate you. Peace and much love. And I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.